The Coaching Hour with Witumelo Tolakai
on Zoe Live Radio.
www.zoeliveradio.co.za.
Good evening. Welcome to the Coaching Hour. I'm your host, Khensani Chauke. And the Coaching Hour is the show that transforms and equips communities. And tonight we are speaking about communication. What is communication? How do we communicate with others? How are they receiving the message? How are we doing it in our workspace, at home, socially? How do we communicate? Tonight, I have a special guest, Coach Rebecca CB. All right, Coach, welcome to the Coaching Hour. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Khensani Chauke. I am excited to be here, and I hope that we will be able to bring and give and receive value from our audience.
Most definitely we will. Let me tell you a story about how I met Coach Rebecca. So, she's laughing already. So I met Coach in 2018 we had a workshop. It was a workshop that is run by Leadership Academy. Yes. So I was invited by a friend, Coach Sam, and I went to that workshop. At the time, I wasn't even dreaming about becoming a life coach. A life coach was something that was far, far away from me because my issues were I always isolate myself. So coaching was going to force me to interact with people, talk to people, and, build relationships and connect and all that. And that's not what I want. But the very same day, and funny enough, I was a facilitator at the time. So how I took facilitation was I need to prepare myself for the lessons that I'm going to give and go to that workshop and do my best, give 110% and make sure that everybody understands what I'm delivering. However, I didn't know the deep meaning of communication at the time. And I attended that workshop. That's where I met Coach Rebecca, and I've learned a lot about what communication is, how to communicate, and what are the benefits of communication. Because all along I thought that communication is just, hello, how are you? And it ends there. And the best kindness that I will give to people after greeting them is a smile or a hug. And that was my form of communication. And I wanted every person to be who I am. Like if somebody comes next to me and they start trying to saying something or start a conversation, speak about weather and all that, I will become annoyed. And because I didn't want to interact, I didn't want to participate in that weather thing. Okay, it's cold, it's raining, so what? And I realized that, okay, it means at the time I was rude, to be honest, because I thought, why is this person telling me about weather and all? And now I'm the one who's telling people about weather, about news. Are you okay? How is your family? How are you feeling today? And all that is because of I went to a workshop that totally transformed my life, and not only my personal life, not only my social life, and my professional life as a facilitator, as a life coach, and especially now that I do a lot on mindset and emotional intelligence, then that's when I realized that, oh my goodness. So the people that I didn't want to talk to, I'm the one going there to talk to them. Now I need to evangelize, tell people about God. How do you tell people about God if you don't know how to communicate with them? And Tonight, I'm so honored and humbled, Coach, that you are here. And I believe that what I've learned in 2018, it's going to transform a lot of people. And I know that you're now doing more than what you did before. So I'm also going to learn. Already I have my notebook and my pen, because I know it's a learning session. It's Tuesday night. Invite all your friends, your family. Tell them that today we are speaking about communication. If you have problems with communication, come and hear how to interact with people, how to speak, not to speak well per se, but what is communication? How do we apply communication in our lives? And what are people hearing us when we're talking to them? Is it the message we put across? Is the facial expression, or is the tone of our voices? We're going to hear all that from Coach Rebecca. So, Coach Rebecca, welcome. Kindly introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone, and hi to you, Khensani. I am Rebecca Sidia, as she's already said, and I'm beautiful, as you can see. I'm amazing. And also, I am an engaging individual. So I'm somebody who is intentional, and I'm creating positive ripples all the time. And the reason why I'm saying that is because in 2018, when I met you, I was already creating positive ripples. So if you know me, or if you meet me, there is no way that you can meet me and not transform in one way or the other. That's what God has said.
I 100% believe that. I 100% believe that, because, Coach, it was just an incredible workshop. I didn't learn only from you, but from all the coaches who were there. They made a very big impact in my life. And maybe that's another reason I'm here, because I remember on that day, they said to us that, where is your phone? Can you raise your phone? And then we all raised our phone. And then they said to us, take a selfie. And then I did take a selfie. I think I still have it in my Facebook. And they said, tell yourself that next year, by this time, you will be a life coach. And I was like, nah. Because I knew that if I become a life coach, I will have to build relationships with people, and that will cause me to talk. And I wasn't comfortable in presenting myself, and, especially, and another thing, I think that was a struggle back then to do network marketing, because network marketing will want you to speak to people, explain whatever that you're selling, and and I said, okay, I'm telling you, 2019, the very same time I was a life coach.
But if I can tell you, I think that also what we say to ourselves manifest. So it means that when you were asked to take that selfie, when you were asked to know that next year you will be a life coach, something happened in you, because things happen in the space, and it depends on what you believe in. So if you are a child of God like me, I believe that time you said to God, yes, that is something that I want, but I don't think that I will be able to. But you went ahead and you achieved that. So well done on that.
Sure, Coach. Yeah, it was life transforming. I'm telling you, it was life transforming. So introduce yourself. We're gonna talk about it when you're done.
Okay, that was my being. I'm a record creator in terms of my doing what I do. I'm a leadership and communications coach. I'm a strategy consultant, and I also facilitate strategy. And I am a speaker. That's who I am.
Wow.
And I'm a mother. That is also very important. I'm a mother. I'm a wife to a loving husband. And I'm a child of God. I am a child of God.
Indeed, you are a child of God. I can tell, Coach. Ever since we met, we connected, and later we still together. It's how children of God connect and build each other. They say iron sharpen another iron. So that's how I met Coach Rebecca, and life transforming because my way of communication was I show love differently. I struggle to tell people that I love you. So I want to show them the love, and I want them to communicate the same with me. And I will say, but no, you never said I love you. And I was like, can't you see that I love you? Can't you see the things that I do? So that's another form that I said, no, this is communication. This is how I communicate. I show you that I love you. And if when you are able to say it that you love me. But my communication, I wanted everybody to communicate how I communicate. So if you come into my home, I will offer you water, drink, and or tea. Then from there, when I visit you, I expect you to do the same, and you'll find that. That's how I was, because I didn't understand how to communicate. That was my form of communication. So I had a lot of expectations because my communication came through actions. Yes, so I communicate with actions more than saying. So, and it took me back that, maybe in my previous life, or while I was still growing up, a lot of things didn't come through for me because of the form that I was using to communicate. Then I'll go to a friend, and the friend won't offer me food, and I'll come back and say, guys, can you believe I went to see my friend? She didn't even say, are you hungry? Because I didn't say, my friend didn't know that I was hungry. So,
if I may ask, Khensani, have you heard about the 5 love languages?
Yes, now I've heard about them. So that's why I'm mentioning who I was before compared to this Khensani now, that I understand better, and I'm more open. I am able to open my mouth more than actions. And I'm able to say, can I please have a glass of water? Can I, may I? And before I will sit there and wait. And if you don't communicate, I'll say, okay, it's fine. They don't want to give me water, so I can't force it. And thinking that
you a different I think love language, because also if you're thinking about it, I mean, when I was listening to you were talking about acts of service. So acts of service is also part of the love language, and those people communicate in a different way. So you're just communicating in a different way.
Yes, I was, but my biggest mistake and expectation was I wanted everybody to communicate the same as I was. So that was a big problem, because whenever you come and say something different, I'll ask you that, can't you see? Can't you see? And that way was my own way, and I wanted everybody else to use my way, which it wasn't, the next person doesn't understand what I'm saying when I'm showing services and all that. But ever since I've learned, I started also learning human behavior, how other people behave. And, I equipped myself more into understanding people. And I worked a lot deep into emotional intelligence to understand other people's emotions, especially me. I'm more into showing, I believe in showing more than talking a lot. So those are the things that I struggled with back then when I came to that workshop, and then like it was like something was removed from my eyes, and then I started learning how to communicate, how to express myself, how to put a message across. Are they receiving what I'm saying, and do they understand what I'm trying to say, and all that. But otherwise, I used to struggle a lot when it comes to communication. I wouldn't open my mouth where I'm not wanted. That was my thought, that I'm not wanted, but not looking into I'm the one who has fear to express the things that I want. I always show, and I want the next person to do the same. And I'm so happy that tonight you're going to take us through communication, benefits of communication, how to communicate, and the things that you do. So before we go deep into communications, can we speak about qualifications that you have? What kind of a practice are you working on? And I know you specialize a lot in communication. What else are you doing? And
Okay. So in terms of my qualification, I am a lifelong learner. That's what I would say, because I did my undergraduate degree, which is a BA degree in psychology and information science at the University of Pretoria. Then I wanted to complement that, and I did my diploma in human resource management because I've always been interested in people. Then I did the certificate in practical bookkeeping and accounting. And the reason why I was doing that is that, I just felt that I knew in the future I would have my own business. And I knew that even if I love taking care of people, but also I need to know how to take care of my books. That particular day that when I have my business. And then I did my postgraduate education, whereby I studied postgraduate diploma in marketing management with the University of South Africa. Then I did my management development program with the University of Stellenbosch. Then where you met me, that's where I was pursuing executive leadership and performance management coaching with the Leadership Academy of South Africa. And currently I'm doing my master's, which is a master's in philosophy in management coaching. I'm doing it with the University of Stellenbosch. And I would be completing my qualification this year.
Yay! Congratulations!
Just wait for the end of the year. I am celebrating already this year because last year was difficult for me with losses and circumstances that I had, but I was still able to complete my first year. So this year, I'm actually looking forward. I feel like I can fast forward the time, but I know I cannot actually do that because I need to enjoy each and every moment. Practice? You asked me about my practice. So in terms of my business, I am a founder of Extraordinary Ripples. Extraordinary Ripples, we focus on coaching, we focus on mentoring, and we focus on communication. The coaching that I'm focusing on is leadership development as well as communication. And at leadership development, I'm focusing more on self-leadership because I believe that as a person, you won't be able to lead a team if you don't know how to lead yourself. Whether you are leading in a church, whether you are leading yourself at work or at home, if you are unable to lead yourself, you won't be able to lead other people. So hence I'm focusing on self-leadership and communication. And you'll hear about it as well. In terms of communication, I've been in communication, I don't know for how long now. I'm a member of Professional Speakers Association in South Africa. I'm also a member of Toastmasters International. I'm a member of Comensa.
Wow.
So
I'm also I'm also a member there.
That is exciting. I think for me as a coach, it is very important for us as coaches to belong to a professional body because they use behavioral standards, and they have, our webinars, they have resources that can help you. And I know maybe somebody who's been a coach for long will say, but what are the benefits? So what I'm doing that is exciting for me, for my masters, for my thesis, what I'm doing is that I am looking at the factors that are affecting credentialing for us as coaches. I'm also looking at the benefits as well as the effects of what the credential coaches have on the quality of coaching. Because, sometimes, Khensani, we have coaches. My coach used to say we have coaches and we have coaches. And the reason why he was saying that is because, it's not regulated. Coaching is not regulated as such now. Somebody can just decide today to say, you know what, I am going to be a coach. I'm going to be a leadership coach, or I'm going to be whatever coach that they want to be, because it's not regulated. But what I can say is that if you have somebody who has studied for that, somebody who's belonged to a professional body, and you have somebody who's just becoming a coach, there is a huge difference.
Yeah, that's so true. It is. There is a very big difference. And coach, why coaching? Why have you decided to do coaching after all the qualifications that you have? And you decided that, okay, in everything that I have and I've acquired in my life, education, all the degrees that you have, and then you decided to do coaching. Why?
I decided to do coaching because I realized how much I love people. I realized how much I believe in people's potential. And I knew that with coaching is about going forward. There is counseling, there is coaching. So coaching is about taking somebody where they are. And it's not like as a coach, you're not thinking, or you're not embracing, or you're not even acknowledging that people have their past. But it's taking a person from where they are and moving them forward. But also coaching is about co-creating with a person to also make that particular person to remember that they have potential. So for me, it's like, coaching is, what do we normally say now? It's like paying forward. So as a coach, for me, I know you're a coach as well. As a coach, as much as you are helping other people, you need to help yourself by empowering yourself. You need to be able to also, for me personally, I believe that as a person, you cannot grow without empowering yourself. So meaning that you need to be going for the supervisions. And I know some people will be thinking, yes, so I have a supervisor. So there are supervisions as a coach that you need to go to. There is in terms of, direction, in terms of you also bringing cases that are difficult for you, because sometimes somebody brings a case that you're thinking, should I have done it this way? Should I have not done it this way? But then you have a community or a platform whereby you can be guided and you can be led as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you chose communication as one of the key factors in your practice. Why communication out of everything that you can choose from?
I chose communication and leadership because I believe that you cannot be a leader who is unable to communicate. And communication, as I said, it starts with you. If you listen to most of the people that will say, I'm coming from a toxic environment, people will be, if you listen to people who are working, people who are employed, they will say, my environment is toxic. And you'll be asking, but what are you doing? Like, what part are you playing? And majority of the time, I've realized that is between the employer and the employee in terms of how they communicate, is in terms of the gaps that exist as well, in terms of where they want to go and where they are. You also find that it's also about self-confidence, because sometimes if somebody is placed in an environment whereby somebody's leading, without saying much, I will share with you this case that I had. It was a leader that was promoted. So you are promoted from the people that used to be friends and colleagues. Now you need to delegate work. Now you need to be telling these people that this is the direction that we're taking. And that transition cannot be easy. But if you know how to communicate, then it becomes easy. Because also people realize that, I'm not being funny, I'm just being assertive as a person. Or yes, we can also be in a position whereby we are laughing, we're having fun, but there must be boundaries as well in terms of how far can we go, how far can we not. And one thing that I've learned as well, I think in the previous few years, is the power of saying no. Yeah. That is part of communication.
Yeah. Communication was the biggest enemy. Was my biggest enemy, because when it comes to rendering services and maybe helping out in anything that we will be doing, Khensani will go and choose to serve in a place where she's not going to say anything. If there's a wedding or a party, I'll rather wash the dishes. I'll go and wash the dishes because I don't have to give anybody instructions. I don't have to communicate with anyone. I'll just take the dishes, wash it, and put it aside. And whoever is wiping will continue and do that. And I realized that thing has also affected me when it comes to corporate, like as a skills developer, like I'm doing skills development. So I'm the one now who needs to delegate, who needs to give presentations. And I was like, oh no, I didn't like giving presentations at school. But these presentation things, they are following me wherever I go. Church, you'll find, is the same issue, until I decided that, this is a serious crisis. You just need to deal with it, make a choice on how to improve on this one and try. And I had to enforce it as soon as I became a mom, because I have this little baby in the house. How will I communicate with the baby? How should I communicate? Will the baby understand how mommy is communicate, like the terms that I use, how I express things that I don't want? And as I grew, then, I'm still learning though, but hey, it was the biggest enemy I've ever had in my life that I had to get rid of, and to just unleash the brilliance in me. However, no one will know what kind of services you have if you cannot speak about them. If you cannot speak about your services, how will they know? And I will prefer that, no, it's either you want me to help you or you don't want me to help you. How will they know if you don't want to talk about it? So I've learned that in the hard way, that communication is very, very important. How to know how to communicate, it's the key for any relationship you want to build in your life.
That's very true. That's very true, Khensani. And I think we also need to understand that communication is a two-way process. So those that have studied communication, they would have heard about, having a sender. There's a sender, there's a message, and there's a receiver. But also the medium. What are you using to communicate? What channel are you using? And also, what is the response or what is the feedback that you get? But on top of that, there must also be an understanding, because you can communicate to somebody and everything else can be, in place. But if that person does not understand you, then the person won't be able to action what needs to be actioned. So for me, in terms of communication as well, like presentation, because they will tell you whether you are a new speaker or whether you are an expert speaker, you will be nervous. So I go to Toastmasters International so that I can refine my speaking, because I love speaking, because you receive feedback and feedback helps you to be a better person. But I also coordinate youth leadership programs. So youth leadership programs is like an 8-week program whereby the leaders of tomorrow would learn, from the start, whether it's gestures, whether it's body language, using your tone, using your pitch, using your body language expressions as well. And now it's quite interesting that we are also on the online platforms. And the schools that I have been involved with is the Hatfield Christian Church, Clapham High School, and the Glen High School, just to name a few, and also Marathon Private School. So those are the schools. So I would want to actually go to, I don't want to say previously disadvantaged schools, but yeah, I would want to go to those schools as well, whereby, we need the resources. I would want to go to the school that I went to when I was younger in grade 11 and help the leaders of tomorrow to be able to communicate and lead. Communication and leadership, they go hand in hand.
Sure. That's true. That's true, Coach. Absolutely. We where we are today because of communication. If there was no communication between us back then in 2018,
I can tell you. Let me tell you where I started. It was so I've been in ministry, in children ministry. I did children ministry from 2006, and I stopped in 2020. Yeah. So I remember my first time that I was going to give a lesson in Hatfield Christian School, in Hatfield Christian Church. About 200 kids. Yeah, 200 kids. The ages about 8 to 12. And they were eagerly waiting. I was thinking, because I prepared and all that, and I was looking at the stairs. Okay, those are just 3 stairs that I'm going to go. Because you're preparing in your head to climb. And you know what, I just went on the third one, I just fell flat on my face, glasses off, and I can't see without my glasses. And, I just felt so embarrassed. It was 2006, and I felt, what, maybe I should go out with a stretcher so that they can see that, I felt it was very painful for me. And one of the kids came to me, I remember she felt, she actually took the glasses, she put the glasses, on my hand, and she said, sorry. And, there I just realized that she was my guardian angel, and I cannot let the people or the children that are already entertained to not hear what I was about to say. So I took that fall, I integrated that into my speech, and I continued.
Wow.
And I felt great about that. As they say, there's a speech that you prepare, there's a speech that you deliver on that time, and there's a speech that you think, I think I could have done this and all that, and that is good.
It's true.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I also remember my first workshop. It was in 2017. And normally I will have small workshops, and I will be comfortable with having 10 people in the room, working with comfort that no, it's not a lot of people, so I'm okay with it. Then it happened that I needed to go and deliver consumer education. It was in Soshanguve Library, and in that wall, there were more than 50 to 60 people. And when I got there, my heart, after doing all the preparations and, and all that. And before then, I told my dad that, Papa, I've been appointed as a trainer, and there's services that I need to deliver. I do financial services. So I do product training, I do consumer education, which is financial literacy. I teach people my dad said, what? I said, I teach people. Are you saying? It was a shock for him, because he knew how her daughter is around people, and it was a big shock to him. And then I gave him a little bit journey, how I started and how far, how many people. But now, hey, I'm so scared, because it looks like I have a lot of audience. that workshop is full, and it's not my age. It's older people, like 60, 70, 50. Wow. And before I started, I realized that no, I think I have a spirit of doubt. I'm doubting this. I'm doubting myself to deliver in this workshop because I've already calculated the risk and the mistakes that I can make. So I was just simply setting a trap for myself. Mm-hmm. And remember, those people, they don't know me. They don't know how old I am at the time. They don't know the kind of knowledge I have. All they want is the facilitator to come and give them what they need to know. And I remember I told the lady who was supposed to, she was like an MC, but she was a co-worker. She was also a facilitator. So we used to call them workshop managers at the time. Then she came and then they introduced me and all that. I said, can I be excused? I went to the bathroom and prayed and say, oh God, please, can you take off my nerves? Because I know when I'm nervous, I make a lot of mistakes. That's why normally when I'm not okay or I'm angry, I don't prefer to talk. I want to calm down and all that. Then I prayed, and then when I came there, then I always hide behind the smile. Hello, everybody. Let us say hello, my baby. And then there was this, and then this lady said, no, I asked them, I said, how will you like to start your workshop? Is it okay for me to pray? Is it okay for us to sing? And then this other lady, she was a granny, and then she opened with a song. Then we all sang. The time they were singing, and I became myself. I'm comfortable, and then after the singing, then I introduced myself and told them why I'm here, what we're going to do, and it went so smooth. And I just say, God, I thank you for the wisdom of going back and inviting you in this workshop, because I knew I couldn't do it without God. And because I know myself, like when I'm nervous, I miss my lines, those kind of things that happens when you are nervous. So I was like, let me just sing a bit and smile a bit, and I introduced myself. I picked 4 or 5 people to introduce themselves, and I asked about their expectations, and we wrote them down. What are they expecting from the workshop and all that? And then from there, it went so well. And it took forever, because after that, they had a lot of questions to ask. They wanted clarity, because I've delivered everything that was in my manual, and I was able to do that. And a lot of people did manage to get help. And I thank God that, He was there to just open their minds, and there was good understanding, and the knowledge that came out of the workshop and all that. I was like, oh, thank you. Hey, when I got home, I told my dad the story. My father laughed. He doesn't forget the story. He was like, yo, next time when you go, I want to go with you. I want to see you standing in front of people talking. I said, yes. I was like, no ways. But now he's used to it. He does say, yeah, you know what, my girl, I'm so proud of you that you had to come out of that. I was, closing off myself and all. But I know that I'm doing everything that I'm doing by the grace of God. If it wasn't for Him, I will still have my communication issues. But I'm learning every day, and and I'm getting better. I'm getting there.
You are definitely better. And I think as people as well, we need to be in a position whereby we want to learn all the time. And listening to you, congratulations. This is coming from the bottom of my heart, because some people don't even go to the extent to say, oh, let me try it. Some people become so nervous that when they are supposed to speak, the words are not coming out. Or I know of one of my clients who decided, it was a big contract, and because she was not aware of her, let me say, capability, if I can put it that way, of ability. So because in terms of content skills, she felt, yes, this is what I need to be doing. Then she was given a space whereby she had to facilitate what she said she's knowing. And as a result, she lost the contract because she was there in front of people. She could not say the words. And what she did is that she went off the stage, took her bag, went to her car, drove. That was it. And you don't want situations like that. So for me, also thinking about that, although she has actually moved now she's able to be in public spaces. Now she's giving presentation. So one thing that you need to be aware is the first thing is self-awareness. So you need to be aware that you are unique. Do not want to be like somebody else. Be yourself. And as we said, and as I said as well, as children of God, we are in God's image. Why are we doubting ourselves? You prepared.
Yeah.
People don't know what you have prepared. So just be yourself. So self-awareness is the first thing that you need to be aware of.
Yeah, I'm self-aware that you know what, it becomes an issue for me. I remember the other friend said to me that, you know what, whatever that you are saying now on the phone, are you able to record it on the video? I just want to I was like, I never. That's why even now I don't have a lot of videos. A lot of people are saying, Kati, why don't you say things that you are saying on a video? You not only, it's gonna reach a lot of people. And I always say God's time is the best. The day the Lord decides that Khensani must start with making videos and open a YouTube channel, it will happen. But for now, I'm not gonna force it and try to, I've taken a step, I'm here. So it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. I'm here. And yeah, when the time is right, I will be able to do. Hey, there's another friend of mine. She wishes that every time when I'm with her, I always check her phone because she wants to record me.
I think this is also for you or for somebody who's not encouraged to actually speak. As I said, self-awareness. Because once you also realize that the message that you have is unique, people need to hear that message. Once you realize the reason why you need to deliver that message, other factors won't actually matter.
Yeah.
Because by being quiet, it means that you're also disadvantaging people who could be encouraged and inspired by you. You're coming from a certain point, you are somewhere now in your life. As you said, to say, you're before Papa was saying. Now Papa is saying, oh, my girl. That journey. For that journey. That encouragement, you need to get that encouragement.
Yeah.
And that is
true. Absolutely.
And what is different? What is different from what you're doing now? Now you're interviewing me. What is different from now interviewing me, having a chat with me, and also having your own YouTube channel? Unless you tell me it's not time as yet. But in terms of you communicating, I hear you clearly. I understand what you are saying. You come across very calmly as well. So if you want, you can join my program. Maybe I can help you to have that YouTube channel. I've got a 10 session program whereby we start you from where you are until you achieve the product that you want to actually reach. Whether it's you having a presentation, whether it's you having the YouTube channel, whether it's you being confident enough to speak in meetings. Other people are not comfortable in meetings. So we take your goal and start, then we go through the journey, and then we see where you are. But we record you at the start to say, okay, this is your recording, this is your speech, then let us see you at the end of the program. It's 10 sessions, not 10 weeks, 10 sessions, because people are different. People also, walk differently or run differently. So each individual will be able to reach their goal in a different way.
I don't worry, Coach. I'll record myself and send you my videos.
I'll give you feedback.
I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. Don't worry.
Make Papa proud. Make Papa proud. Yes,
I'll make Papa proud and record and send them to you. Yo, so coach, why is coaching? What does the coaching mean to you, and why is it so important? And where do you draw your inspiration, especially when it comes to coaching? Where do you draw your inspiration? How do you like your routine? How do you, I want to, especially where do you draw inspiration when it comes to coaching, and what does it mean to you to be coaching, to be helping people each and every day? Yes.
Okay, so for me, like even in terms of communication, I mean, the ABCs for me is self-awareness, self-belief. So meaning that you need to believe in yourself to be able to communicate with other people. And for me to be able to help people to do that, somebody that can come to you not really believing in themselves, people that would sometimes even sabotage themselves, sabotage opportunities without them realizing. Mm-hmm. So I help people to believe in themselves, because, sometimes the reason why we don't get certain opportunities is because we don't believe in ourselves. I mean, think about it. Think about if you're going to an interview and really you've got doubts if you are answering. Mm-hmm. Already that opportunity becomes thinner for you. And the C for me is confidence. So self-confidence is important. You need to be able to communicate, and communication means that you need to be building up the steps. You need to be doing it more often, more consistently as well, for you to be confident. In terms of how or where I draw the strength, as I started, I said that I'm a child of God. I really believe in God. God is my source of strength, and if it was not because of God, I wouldn't be where I am right now. Amen. I wouldn't be having my organization, the Extraordinary Ripples that you see here. I wouldn't be able to co-found. There's another organization that I co-founded with a partner. It's called Heartfelt Effects. So I'm also taking coaching there, but we are taking the route of the physical, the physical. So we are combining your heart, we are combining the physical, we are combining the mind as well, because I've realized that there is so much that we can actually do. So God has helped me to realize that I have a plan, and I need to take my plans to Him and ask Him, God, is this what you want for me? I need to be somebody who's fruitful, meaning that I need to continue to create ripples. People are having challenges in their lives. People are having hard times. I don't have to make it worse for them. So if I can choose to make it better for people, that is what I'm choosing. Because remember, for us as people, or for us to even let other people to change, we need to be kinder. And think about somebody who can be rude to you. If you are responding in being kinder, that person, wherever that they are, when they are, I believe that everybody reflects somehow. Somebody will ask themselves, or even you, to say, but why are you being so nice to me? Yes. You don't have to be. You don't have to be nice. But also it's realizing that I think where I'm placed, the responsibility of people realizing their potential is bigger than me. So the legacy that I want to leave is a legacy whereby, some of the things that I want to achieve, I won't be able to achieve them during my lifetime. But I want to live this life. I want to live this earth, if I can put it that way, knowing that I have created ripples. People, when they're thinking of me, they're thinking about positive things. And I'm doing that in a way that also, that book that I've been wanting to publish, I need to publish that book. Yes, I just need to publish that book. So people have got a lot to offer. Personally, Khensani, if I go even to a mall, it doesn't matter what people, what people are doing. I'll give you an example. If I go to a mall, sometimes you find people who are security guards and all that. I will greet that person. And, sometimes they'll say, hey, sister, do you want something? No, I'm just greeting you. Hello, because you are a human being. Should it happen that my car has challenges, who am I going to ask? I'm going to ask a particular person. And that particular person also is there. You don't know why people are in their situations.
Yeah.
So for me, it's also about valuing other people, because it's part of leadership, but it's also part of who I am as a child of God. Because it's not, for me, it's not also saying I'm a child of God. It's about what am I doing for people to see. Because you need to act so that people can ask, but Khensani, how are you actually doing that? And you say, it's my strength from God. And that's what we need to be doing as people. So absolutely. Yeah, that's how I impact. Yeah.
Absolutely. And what does success mean to you?
Success to me personally means that I have the freedom to do what I need to do without making other people to suffer. And I put it in that complicated way because sometimes we will say success, if I've got this car and all that. But for me, it's waking up knowing that I can do what I want to do. Knowing that I've got my organization, I know how I want to grow it, but also I know the impact that I need to have. But also realizing that is that I have the responsibility that when I am achieving my goals, I am not destroying other lives.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Real success. Yeah, Coach, we are going to the end of our show. We had a great time. We didn't even check the time. We didn't even have check the time and all that. But I believe I've taken a few notes as usual, and I believe that our viewers and listeners did the same when it comes to communication, and they had a good understanding of what you were trying to teach us and what you have delivered. And I believe that the feedback will be absolutely great. And where can our viewers find you? How do we book sessions? And we need your contact details and all that. Where can they find you?
Okay, you can find me on LinkedIn. I'm active on LinkedIn. And the reason why I'm active on LinkedIn, because I believe that my target market is there. So if you go Rebecca Sibia, Ripple Creator, you will find me there, or I'm connected to Extraordinary Ripples. Also on LinkedIn, Extraordinary Ripples as a company is there. And you can also find me on Facebook. On Facebook, I'm Rebecca Sibia, or I was using Rebecca Sibia, and somebody said, but I know you as Mathepo. So I am Mathepo Rebecca Sibia. On Facebook. On Instagram, am I that active? On Instagram, I am Met Ribs. So it's Met for Mathepo and RIBZ. In terms of email address, my email address is Rebecca, REBECCA @eripples, as in ERIPPLES.co.za. So that's where you can find me. And if you are not receiving any message today, I want to encourage you to know self-awareness is important because you are unique. Self-belief as well. Take time to believe in yourself and to empower yourself, and also self-confidence in terms of communication, because confidence is not thinking that you are better than other people, but it's not having to compare yourself to anybody else.
Absolutely, Coach. Thank you so much for coming through tonight. And I don't know when am I going to see you again, but I will love you to come back again, and we do more sessions on presentations and how people can regain the confidence of doing presentation, on communicating better. It was an incredible session. You're just a phenomenal coach, and I'm so glad that we met again and we kept in contact. And I thank God that, we keep on growing each and every day, learning. We learn every day. They saying learners are earners. The more you learn, the more you earn, and you earn a lot of things. You can earn profit, you can and knowledge, and those are the things that we do each and every day. We develop ourselves. Coming through tonight to listen to Coach and it's part of your personal development. You chose to make time and grow yourself in a certain area. Like today, it was in the area of communication, and every Tuesday we have different coaches who come through and give us few lessons in coaching, how they do it, how it's done, and where can we find them, and why should we do that. So I've learned myself also, and I told myself that, Khensani, you need to improve in this area, because nobody's perfect. Even myself, I'm not perfect. That's why I'm still learning. Every day I'm a student, every day. And fortunately enough, myself, I have a lot of coaches. So I believe that in the next coming years, you will see a different Coach K.
and Coach K, I think we also need to encourage people to have coaches. It's very important for people to have coaches. It's very important for people to have mentors, to have cheerleaders, the people that are leading you. So you need to have those different people. And now with the lockdown, what I've realized is that it's very important, to have a coach. And we should never, ever stop learning, because I think there's a quote that says that because life does not stop teaching us. Exactly. So let us continue.
Yes, and coaches are doing the service that the coaching is doing in our lives. They work on results. You will see results. Like I said when we started this conversation, that in fact it's a miracle that I'm here, like talking. It's just a miracle to many people that, are you sure? Khensani? Yes. Are you speaking about Khensani Chauke? Yes, I know Khensani doesn't talk. You made a mistake. So I had to improve and learn and I used different approach and picked the one that works for me. And every day I'm improving myself by developing myself. And remember, even if I have Coach Rebecca to help me with presentations, with communication, at the end of the day, I'm the one who must produce results. Like, I need to make sure that I do what I'm told to do, because we tend to want people to help us. Whenever they give us manual on how to do it, we now want to become coaches. We want to coach them that, no, I'm not going to do it your way. I'll do it my way. However, you are the one who came and realized that, no, this is the area where I need to grow. This is the area that I need to develop. So the problem is we don't want to put in the work. We believe that if you have a coach, automatically things will come. I have coaches that are coaching me in presenting. As long as I don't come here every Thursday and present, do you think they will see results? They won't see results. They won't see results. So one thing that I know is that you need to continue doing it every day. Do it every day. You will. It's like sales. You know how we teach salespeople. You will only improve when you die.
So Khensani, I love ways. Let me see if I can do this. So I'm thinking of different ways as you're speaking. So I'm thinking of 4 C's now, as you are speaking now, to say get a coach. That's the first C. And for you to be able to change. So that's the second C, that is change. Mm-hmm. And make the choice and be consistent in terms of the choice that you've made. So it's coach, change, but choice. And consistency. And if you are not consistent,
you won't win. And you won't win. And the last C must be or should be coachable. You need to be coachable, because another thing is that we don't want to be told what to do. That's another thing. There's no growth in there. Now I have many mentors, like you can pay all this kind of amounts, go to seminars, you just go there and listen. But it doesn't matter if you collect knowledge, you pay a lot of money. At the end of the day, you don't apply the knowledge, because we're working on applying the knowledge and results.
Yes. For me, I would say no. If I see that you're not coachable, during our chemistry session, I am in a position whereby I'm saying no to a client.
We should.
It's my time and choice. Yeah,
that's what I do. That's why my first session is a free session where we sit down and discuss on which areas do you want to grow. What is it that you want to change, and are you willing to do it? Because also willingness. Even if you can make a choice of saying, no, I am making a choice that, you know what, I'm going to find myself a coach, but are you willing to change? Are you willing to change? Are you coachable? You know, so that's how it works. It's either their way or there's no way, because at the end of the day, they can give you all this manual, they will give you activities. And if you don't show up, another problem is showing up. Like in this kind of shows, showing up doesn't require any talent. You don't need talent to show up to a meeting. It's part of your personal development. That's how we grow. And one thing that I love about this decade we're living in now is you have a choice of what you want to listen to, what you want to hear, what you want to say to other people, because of knowledge is everywhere. You go to YouTube, if you want to learn how to cook, you make a choice of saying, no, I want to learn how to cook. You can go to YouTube and find a video where they're teaching people how to cook. So it's a choice that you make. So as soon as you decide and say, this is what I choose to do, this is what I choose to listen to, it's up to you if you are willing to change, because no one is going to force you to change. We don't force anyone to change. We give you the tools of how to improve your life. It's up to you to apply it. And how are we going to know that you are applying or not applying? By results. Your results will show that the person is applying all the tools and resources that they were given by a coach. And if you don't have any changes, any results that you're showing, it's still your choice. You chose that I'm not going to waste my time in trying to improve my life. I'm who I am, and I'll do things the way I am. Then it's still your choice. But by the grace of the Lord, we know that each and every person who come forward and say, hey, I need help, it's someone who really needs help and they are willing to improve. So we thank Zoe Life Radio for this show that is developing us, that is transforming our lives, our mindsets, and, you know, a lot of things is happening in these shows, and we learn and we grow each and every week. And now it's the end of our show. Coach, thank you so much for coming through. I really appreciate your presence and everything that you have done for me and the listeners and the viewers. If you have any comment and you did like the show, please like, share, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. And from me, Khensani, I love you guys. Please make sure that you take care of yourself. And if you feel depressed, you don't know what to do, you are stuck in your business, in your social life, in your personal life, remember that you have Zoe Life Radio. You can go to any video and look for a coach that can help you, the coach that can coach you and develop you. And I'm telling you, I've been there, and look at me today. And, I thank God that I got a very good support. The children of God, they don't only coach you, they also pray for you, because the devil works with thoughts. So whatever you have in your thoughts, once you believe it, it comes to life. So make sure that the devil doesn't attack your thoughts, number one. Number two, don't believe what he's saying to you. Don't practice it, and don't even consider it. Just cancel him as soon as he comes into your mind. Just tell them, when the devil comes with negative thoughts, tell him that you are the child of God and you trust in him, and you believe that you will become what God says you are. Not what the world is saying, or not what bullies are saying to you, but you are the chosen one. Coach, good night, and thank you so much. I'll see you again very soon. Listeners and viewers, Coach, do you want to say good night to them?
Yes, I want to say good night. Remember to do positive self-talk and not stop learning. Thank you so much for being an awesome audience. Thank you, Zoe.
Thank you, Coach. Goodbye, everyone. I love you, and have a blessed evening. Bye.